Hello Pisces, welcome. My name is Alyssa. This is my channel of New Direction and this is a reading for the month of November. I can't even believe we're here, but anyway, here we are. So this is kind of like an emotional, not emotional. I said that for the Aquarius too. Not emotional. This is an energy just kind of like an energy forecast of kind of what we can be looking at for energy wise for the month of November. I have already pulled the Oracle cards. I do apologize. The Alexa is playing her commercials right now. I am in Teal Thistle Salon. This is where I run my Reiki business out of. I also do all of my distance Reiki sessions. If you can hear this, this is the salt room. So I am sitting with the salt underneath my feet, and sometimes I need to remind myself to not play with it. All right, let's get into this. I do apologize if you do hear outer salon noises. That's just one of the things that happens when we're here. So Oracle cards are pulled. This is kind of like the overall energy that we're coming from October and moving into November. So I use the Energy Oracle and the Spirit Animal Oracle as well. Let's start with the recent past energy. First up, you had Angel of Love, then Indecision, and then Financial Constraints. That just kind of got stuck coming out of my mouth. This is kind of the energy where I really feel, for some of you, financial constraints is exactly what it was. Some things maybe financially, Pisces, this month, the month of October have been a little straining. And I mean, 2020 has been straining on all of us, right? COVID kind of took a shit kick into a lot of the financial situations in many lives, right? This indecision here, this Angel of Love is all about love for self, but it's also all about love for the others in our lives. And I kind of feel like this is really kind of like that, like indecision on, I kind of felt like these energies kind of went together very much. So, it was like that, like, okay, what does love actually look like for me? What does that path look like? In financial constraints, it doesn't necessarily just need to be about the financial aspect of our lives. This can be talking about just feeling empty, just feeling kind of like we're barren here, and maybe this energy here for some of you is even this energy here of feeling empty within the self-love, right? And kind of the indecision and the indecisiveness of like, okay, which path do I need to take to align me more so to this Angel of Love, to align me to more love within my life. And there was a shit ton of spirit animal, and that's kind of funny because I've only been pulling like one or two, but you guys got like a crap ton of energy cards and then a crap ton of spirit animals. So I'm just going with it. The dog spirit came up first, and that was be loyal to what you love. And I love this one because this is all about, being loyal to yourself and to what you love about yourself. This is about also being loyal to those, to those in your circle, to those, who are close to you, to your family, to your partners, but being loyal to what it is that you truly do love, and showing up with that kind of loyalty. The independent cat here, the cat spirit, claim your independence. And this is really where we come to kind of not only understand our independence, but our authenticity, and within understanding our authenticity, we can kind of discover that independence within that authenticity, because we understand that we are only one of a kind, that we are unique, that our independence comes from speaking our voice of uniqueness and speaking our voice of authenticity. That comes with this card too, right? Like it goes back to being authentic and truly speaking the truth of what you love. The squirrel spirit here, believe in yourself. And this is really where Pisces, I feel like this is the energy of you've done the work. Whether 2020 was a really big year for you or not, you've done a lot of this work. You've gathered all of the things you need. Maybe you've done all of this. Maybe you've done a lot of healing and self kind of evaluations over 2020, and you've done the work. So now believe in yourself. Believe in yourself that the work you have done is going to pay itself out. And the owl spirit came after that. You see clearly now. That is a beautiful energy to have. I really liked these energies, Pisces. I thought they were, they were solid. Like, yes, okay, it's kind of that energy of, this indecision and this financial constraint. Like, I get it. And when we move into November here, you're going to kind of understand where I'm coming from here, but I get it. Like you've gone through a lot here, and I feel like you've kind of done a lot of growth and a lot of healing. You've done the work. you know, and you can see clearly, you know, that you have this energy here of being able to see, you know, to see maybe even, yeah, I don't know, just to see clearly, really. Okay, but then we move into November, and this is where kind of energies kind of get a little woohoo. So, patience, deceit, the storm warning, heartbreak, and rest and rejuvenation. Yeah, see, a lot. That's kind of what I was thinking. But this is really that energy of, you know, I kind of almost feel like there's just low vibration, toxic energy kind of rolling around with these three. Okay. There's some things that maybe, you know, deceive me once, shame on you, deceive me twice, shame on me. But we have to take accountability. We're the only ones who can deceive ourselves. You know, we are the only ones who can, you know, who can, you know, close ourselves off. What am I trying to say here? Close ourselves off to the truth, you know, and that does happen. This energy here of the storm warning and then this rest and rejuvenation, guys, I kind of feel like this is just the energy of like, it's all right. Like, yes, okay, some low vibration shit is happening. This is very much just the devil energy card, okay? And this is going to look different in everybody's life, and just be patient with it. You know, allow yourself the time to kind of evaluate it for what it is. You know, allow what the storm warning has to be, because there's some sort of pillars here that you have that they're just not serving you anymore. You know, and maybe they're all crumbling and they're kind of falling apart because this deception and this low vibration energy is something that, you know, you've allowed to kind of come in like that hurricane, right? Heartbreak. Yeah. Yeah. So, something here is, you know, this looks like it could cause some heartbreak. Okay. And the worst part, I wouldn't even say the worst part, but the energy here is just to be patient, to allow yourself time to really sit with it, to heal. Okay? Rest and rejuvenate here. Clearly some of this energy here of all this deception and this storm warning and this heartbreak, look at it for what it is. I mean, that's going to be different in all of your lives, so apply it where it fits, but do the work, right? Do the work. So, the animal spirits that came out with this was the vulture spirit. Nothing is wasted, you know. And for some of you, maybe that kind of for some of you, that storm, this storm warning, right? Whatever the fuck needed to come down here. Maybe you're feeling like, wow, I put a lot of time and effort into that, and it was a complete just bust. Nope, no, it wasn't. Something within that needed to happen. Okay, nothing is wasted. That's the vulture spirit. Nothing is wasted. The spider spirit came behind that. Make your dreams real. And this is all about the strands of intentions. This is all about building the web that you want to build, building the life that you want to build. It's about taking that single strand of intention and weaving it into a masterpiece. And when that masterpiece is done, continuing to weave onto the next masterpiece. Okay, it's about knowing that the work is not done, but that you have the ability here to actually make your dreams real. When you spin those intentions and you make the steps and you do the action and you know, you work like a busy little spider. Okay? You make your dreams real. You do. The hawk spirit. Let spirit be our guide, and this is so important. You know, this is about just being focused on you right now, Pisces. Okay, focused on your growth, focus on your healing, focus on, you know, and the hawk kind of has like, it can have that narrow point of view, right? Where you can see, and I mean, that's kind of like the shadow side of the hawk too. You know, make sure you're not so narrow focused and narrow pointed that you're kind of missing the bigger picture here. You know, be open and honest with yourself for sure, but have faith. Okay, have faith that spirit is here. Spirit is watching you. Spirit has your back on this. Okay? Let spirit be your guide. Let spirit show you, you know, where you need to move. Okay. We're going to use the lights here for you guys. All right, so we're going to pull 3 lines here. We're going to pull a line for emotional energy, a line for spiritual energy, and then a line for the energy of the actions needed here. All right, this is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and crotch watchers. I said crotch watchers and I meant cross watchers. Ace of Swords, the Fool. Wow, that's beautiful emotional energy here. You know, this is really that clarity on a new beginning. The World, the Six of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles. Wow, there's a lot of reflection, a lot of healing going in, a lot of, kind of a big completion. It's almost as though you're taking this huge, massive, it's almost like, okay, so this Ace of Swords is kind of like this aha moment, right? It's almost like this, this big awakening, okay? This big clarity here. And you understand that there's a need here to start something new. You understand that you have to begin again. The old is done. The world is behind you, okay? You've completed the cycles. You've done the growth here, Pisces. You have, okay? This is the clarity on that. This is the clarity on the new beginning that's needed. You know, where the old is done, the new must begin. Okay, this is where you've done this reflection. Okay, you've done a whole lot of reflection of self here. And the world is kind of this energy of looking at it as a complete, understanding the good and the bad in it, taking accountability for our good and bad in it. And then understanding, how that reflects in our life, how that ripples into our life, how we're going to use what has been in our lives. Okay, what we've done, the cycles we've completed, and where we still want to go from here. The Eight of Pentacles. Beautiful emotional energy here. This is really, to me, just like, where this deception and kind of storm warning and heartbreak is going on, where you really do this. You really sit with yourself, Pisces. You really figure the rest of this one out. Okay? Let's see what the spiritual... We're going to go back and clarify these. I did want to pull... I did want to pull all three lines before I started explaining. Wow, the actions needed here. That's a lot. We're not taking that many. One more. Two more. Okay. All right. Okay. So the spiritual energy here was the Queen of Cups, the Death and Rebirth, the High Priestess, and the King of Wands. What a beautiful energy spiritually to kind of be coming to. This is really where you sit with yourself. You allow yourself to go below the surface level. You allow yourself to do this big life kind of transformation, but do it on such a deep level here. This isn't surface level growth here, Pisces. This is deep. Deep divine feminine healing for yourself, where you not only connect to yourself as the Queen of Cups, but also the High Priestess. Like, these two are almost one of the same. To pull them out in the same line as far as spiritual energy goes, with the death and rebirth in between, right? This is asking you to really do a big change here. Okay? Connect to the inner knowing. Connect to your authentic self, right? Connect to the true and steady you. And then the energy here of the actions required was the Ten of Pentacles, the Three of Cups, the Nine of Wands, the Judgment, and the Five of Pentacles. This energy here of these actions needed is where, you kind of just have the faith that the good things are going to come to be. You join fellowship with those who love you and support you and who are there for you. You understand, you take responsibility for your path, for what you've accomplished, the good and the bad. You release yourself, you forgive yourself, and you move past this despairing energy. Okay, you move past the energy of feeling stuck, of feeling unwanted, of feeling left out in the dark. All right, I want to clarify this Ace of Swords here. This Ace of Swords, Spirit, can we get a clarifier? The Ace of Swords gets the Six of Swords. This new beginning, this aha moment, this can kind of be, this might be one that's kind of tough. Maybe the aha moment came with some sort of a tough situation that kind of set the whole, that pushed the boat out to sea here, and it was kind of that clarity of oh, I see. We're moving. We're changing. Something's growing. There's work to be done here. The Fool. Oh, wow. The Fool gets the Empress, the Three of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and the Four of Pentacles. This Fool is really this new beginning of self here, where you connect, to that divine feminine within inside of yourself, that inner knowing. What is going to guide you? What is going to lead you? What is going to bring you to a place of newness? Yes, okay, there's been heartbreak. Yes, okay, there's been some things in life that have really broken you, have ripped your heart out, have tore you at the core here. But this is the clarity. This is the energy of the clarity here. You're going forward with this clearness, with this Queen of Swords, because you get who you are. Okay? You can look at it for what it is, You see it for all that it is. And the Four of Pentacles is about knowing your worth. It's also about understanding and really, being accountable for how you've maybe held yourself, back from others. Maybe where you've shortchanged others. Maybe where you've been, kind of greedy with your energy, right? This is that, like, wait a minute. I'm going forth to give birth to the things in my life that mean things to me. Okay, I'm going forward with this energy of giving birth to the things that, that I want to heal from. Let's get one for the world here. The world gets the Magician, because here is where you understand that the power's always been within you. Okay, here's where the cycles are completed. You can see it for what it is. Okay? And the Magician, I mean, that's a very powerful kind of masculine card here. But this is really that, to me, this is that energy of where you just like find the completeness and the wholeness, the accountability for all of it, and the powers that's within you to move yourself past this kind of next cycle. That is beautiful energy. Let's see, Six of Cups. Six of Cups gets the Nine of Cups. Yep. And as I was saying, because this is a reflection, this is a reflection of yourself emotionally, and where you are, where, where you've come from, right? How you release yourself, how you free yourself here. Oh, that's beautiful energy here. I mean, it's growing energy, Pisces. I'll give you that. It's growing energy. This is a very growing reading. I think you're going through emotionally. I think you're kind of getting, you might be going through the ringer a little bit this month, Pisces. I think there's a little bit of emotional growth happening here. Look at that. The Eight of Pentacles gets the Seven of Cups, because, this can be kind of like where you're like, oh yeah, wow. The Eight of Pentacles, this is the energy of putting in work. And isn't it kind of cool that this Eight of Pentacles, to me, always, in the wild unknown, the Eight of Pentacles is a spider web. And that's how I always view kind of this Eight of Pentacles. It's this like, okay, this is all the things I've done, and now this is what I want to grow. This is the strand of intentions that you're setting here, right? Seven of Cups. Lots of opportunities, lots of different cups. Not all the cups are going to be positive, okay? And it's kind of like wading yourself through these choices. But the Three of Pentacles or the Three of Wands was after that, because these cups that you choose, you have to make sure you're choosing a cup that aligns with you, to who you are, to the authentic path that you want to walk down, right? To who you want to become. The Moon energy, maybe you're just not understanding all of the things, and the Nine of Swords was behind that. So maybe right now, there's a lot of things, in the shadows, and you're having a hard time kind of like understanding maybe why it's all happening or why it is the way it is. Maybe you're all up in your head a lot right now, Pisces. Okay, but this is about having faith. This is about understanding that you need to just put in the steps and do the healing, to make sure that you align yourself to you, because the sun was there too. Right? I get it. The Moon, Nine of Swords, and the Sun. It's like this in-between energy of like being stuck between the moon and the sun, the night and the day right now. And there's movement here for you, Pisces. There is massive growth and massive new beginnings here for you on such a fundamental level. But like a lot of these other zodiac readings this month, it's about whether or not you choose to step up and do that, right? It's whether or not you choose to take the steps that are going to align you to change. Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups gets the Eight of Cups. Because here you are. Here you are, you're walking away. You're walking away from something that emotionally is just bagging you down. Emotionally isn't going to serve you here. You know, and it's the Queen of Cups is that understanding. It's going, you know, kind of doing the real deep work, sitting with yourself on a very deep level and understanding what emotions you are holding on to and what those emotions are. You know, this isn't surface level clearing out shit. Okay, this is deep energy. She sat with herself. The cups that she's putting out, she's done the work. Okay, this isn't surface level stuff that just kind of irritated her, scratched her skin, and she was like, "Oh, I'll dump these cups." No, no. This Queen of Cups here, my dear, did the work. She sat with herself. Yes, okay, there was things on the surface level that irritated her, but when those triggers came up, she knew, guess what? That's something I have to fix. If that's triggering me, something within inside of me is still wounded. Those are the cups she's getting rid of. Okay? That's the kind of work that Queen of Cups did. The Death and Rebirth gets the Queen of Wands and the Wheel. Holy shit. Wow. Because this Death and Rebirth is this new beginning of self. This new love and passion for self. You know, it's a change in kind of how you've seen yourself. And the Queen of Wands, you know, in a shadow aspect can be very egotistic. You know, can be somebody who's only burning the candle for themselves, is very hung up and kind of stuck on themselves, right? But this here is where you understand the Death and Rebirth here, and the Wheel with this is kind of, I think, where you understand and give life and purpose to the wholeness and to the true kind of like more loyal aspects of that Queen of Wands, where you understand that the candle that burns inside you, you know, that light that burns inside of us all, like, when we can show up authentically to ourselves, we have the energy to show up authentically in the world around us. You know, and I kind of feel like this is really that change in energy where maybe, you know, you start lighting the candle for yourself instead of needing others to light your candle. You know what I'm saying? And only because, Pisces, you're doing the work. You know, for other people, that's going to be really hard to heal. You know, here, you know, for some people, that's going to be a tough one to swallow, you know, where you have to sit with yourself and do this emotional digging. And then you have to look at the aspects of yourself, you know, where you haven't allowed this change, where you've been stubborn and holding on to what was needed, you know. The High Priestess here. Again, that's the inner knowing. And the High Priestess gets the King of Cups and the Page of Swords. Holy smokes. Look at how all of their eyes are so closed. You know, these ones are closed. The Wheel of Fortune is closed. The Queen of Wands is open, but the Queen of Cups is closed. Like, again, that's funny. So it's the Queen of Cups, the King of Cups, the Queen of Wands, and the King of Wands. Like, oh, wow. So much. This, again, though, is really where you sit with yourself on such a deep level. Okay? This is where you do that kind of like growth. You understand, you push yourself to kind of like really sit with yourself and figure the shit out. You know, if it's bugging you and it's triggering you, then that's the energy here where you're like, okay, if this is triggering me, then I need to fix this because like that's a me problem, right? And I feel like that's kind of the energy of November, you know, where we take responsibility and really like, oh, look at that. The King of Cups gets the Five of Wands. Sorry, the King of Wands gets the Five of Cups and the two, oh my goodness, gets the Five of Wands and the Two of Cups. Because this is where you level yourself up. This is where you come to understand your own authenticity here and what that authenticity looks like when you are blending that energy with others. You know, this is where you do the growth. This is where you do, you know, this self kind of healing, you know, and that's a bit of a big one. Like, this is kind of like that, like, oh my gosh, like you're making the climb, you know, but it's where you understand, it's where you come to understand yourself and where, when you're honest and true to yourself, you understand how better to blend your energies with others. And that's not just romantic energies. Okay. It's not. There's so much more. There are so many other relationships in our lives that we struggle to maintain and grow with. You know, it's far beyond romantic. All right, let's see. The energies here of these actions needed. The Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles gets the Ten of Swords. You got to walk away from something here, okay? And maybe for some of you, that's just thinking. Okay, the Ten of Swords is swords are about your intellect. So for some of you, it can just be, you know, the negativity. you know, this deceiving kind of energy. You know, if you continue to allow yourself to just think low vibration shit all the time, well, you're not going to embrace the happiness now, are you? But there is this energy here of walking away from something that it's just not serving you. Okay, that energy of not serving you, that understanding, that energy of understanding that you, if you want happiness, you're moving away from something. The Three of Cups here gets the Seven of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. This fellowship, there's seeds planted, you know, there's movement. It can be a little, for some of you in some shadow energies, you know, it can be, I'm just going to get a clarifier on that Knight of Swords. I'm hearing like it can be a little rash. Page of Wands. I kind of feel like this again is really where, you know, where you do the work on yourself. You know, you understand what it is that you are building here with Spirit. And then, you know, when you're ready to make the change and when Spirit aligns you to make change here, you go forward being able to be your authentic self. Okay, it's almost as though you just kind of keep following Spirit, and as long as you keep aligning yourself to your authenticity into what serves your light, then you're moving in the direction you need to be moving, right? The people who support you will be there. Nine of Cups. Nine of Wands. Why do I keep doing that? The Nine of Wands gets the Tower, the Four of Wands, and the Seven of Swords. You know, this can be for some of you where, you know, again, the Tower, that storm warning, shit may really hit the fan. Okay? This whole cycle of self may really like need you to kind of look at it, you know, need you to understand maybe, you know, what these shadow energies were. You know, we have to be really clear and honest and open to ourselves, and maybe where, you know, we've held back our own happiness, where we've been the destruction of our own happiness, you know? Where we are the ones who have like caused the Tower and caused the destruction within fellowship, within connection, within the people that have supported us, right? You know, this Nine of Wands is kind of, it can be taken in very many different aspects for sure, but it's definitely this energy of self here. And sometimes it's just the process of growth, right? Where we have to kind of understand, we have to kind of do the crumbling of all the things around us to really be able to understand and know what our path is, what it looks like, why we walk it, right? Judgment here. Judgment gets the Chariot and the Queen of Pentacles. You know, this is where steps need to be made to change this alignment in your life. You know, you need to connect yourself to the intuition and then actually start making tangible steps to move yourself in a different direction. Change needs to be made, Pisces. You know, healing needs to happen. Healing needs to take place. Five of Pentacles here. Five of Pentacles gets the Devil, the Hanged Man, and the Ten of Cups. Wow. You know, again, this is that energy of feeling left out in the dark. You know, feeling stuck, feeling like you're not getting ahead. The Devil, that low vibration bullshit energy again. But this is the change. Look at the Hanged Man is kind of like this energy of like just understanding, allowing yourself to understand the lesson here so that you can learn the Ten of Cups from that, so that you can heal from this low vibration energy, so you can go forward healed. So you can move yourself out of this kind of, you know, deceiving, crummy Five of Pentacles energy. Nobody likes that energy. All right, I was going to pull moon cards for all of these, but I'm just going to pull a moon card here for the Divine Masculine. Look at the bigger picture. Full moon in Sagittarius. And the Divine Feminine. Divine Feminine gets a personal issue reaches resolution. Wow, those are beautiful energies. What do you need to release is on the bottom of that. And we're going to pull one untethered too to finish off. That which is holding you down can become a powerful force that rises you up. You just have to be willing to take the ascent. Realize that the outside world and the flow of inner emotions come and go. But you, the one who experiences these things, remains consciously aware of whatever passes before you. Pisces, that was a beautiful reading. Thank you for being here with me today. If you enjoyed this, please hit the like button. And until next time, take great care of your souls. Bye now.